This is Fox 43 Morning News.
Oh, we continue to see a steady stream of mixed economic news. The stock market was up last week, but layoffs continuing across the nation and right here in Pennsylvania. Joining us live this morning with more on how to keep our attitude upbeat and positive during these challenging times, Arnold Sanow, speaker and author, joining us. You wrote the book, Get Along with Anyone, Anytime, Anywhere. Thanks so much for coming aboard this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here. I want to talk first off. Obviously, people are stressed out right now with this economy. What's the best tactic to stay upbeat and positive?
Well, you know, first of all, your attitude is very important at this time because it can affect your job, it can affect you getting jobs, it can affect your life, it can affect your relationships. And there are some tips I would recommend for people to keep upbeat. First of all, one is called the flip side exercise. And no matter what's going on at this time, look at the best side of anything. For example, if you hate your job, well, the best side is the good side. The flip side is you have a job. At least you have a job.
You still have it.
At least you have a job.
Yeah.
You know, if you lost a sale, well, maybe it's time to look at that and learn from that and maybe work on that aspect of it.
Okay.
The second thing is to count your blessings. I mean, we have our family, we have our health, we have our life. There's so many good things out there. And I would ask yourself this, you know, when you're feeling down, ask yourself, what am I grateful for now? What am I grateful for at this moment? Because that just sort of gives you that upbeat feeling right there. And then the third thing is simplify your life. And when I talk about simplifying your life, you know, get rid of some of the clutter in your life that's destroying you. Or if you have a long commute during the day, you know, maybe sometimes you just want to get, you know, take a shorter commute, you know, move closer to work.
Do what you can.
Do what you can to make that work for you.
Those are some good tips there, Arnold. I want to ask you about this. Interesting point. I was looking at your book there. Is it true in tough times, stressful times, like when you have a challenging economy, that rudeness actually goes up? People get more rude?
Yeah, it's interesting because, you know, we're all tense, and people don't inadvertently mean to be rude. I'd say 95% don't mean rude, but we do things that get us to that point. For example, have you ever been in a restaurant and somebody brings in their 2-year-old and they're screaming and yelling and stuff like this, and they don't mean to do that, but it affects. There's consequences for everybody around there, so you need to take a look at that. But it is,
and if you give them a look, they may give you a look right back, especially if they're stressed out.
Exactly.
The other thing, again, we're kind of keeping the economy theme going right now. A lot of people out there, Arnold, looking for a job right now. What's your best advice for them to make the right impression during that interview and even when they get the job?
Yeah, well, the first thing is every time you go into a meeting or a job interview, there's an impression formed, and it can be positive or negative. It can help or hinder. It can make or break a relationship. And what people need to do is they need to understand that a lot of times when you walk in the door, you're making that initial thing. So smile. You know, be open with your body language. Face the person you're talking to. You know, don't get in their space real close.
Okay.
Good eye contact's very important. People determine whether they trust you or they like you based on that. And then nod to show you're paying attention. And one big thing a lot of interviewers don't do, interviewees don't do, is be interested, not just interesting. You know, for example, they just talk about themselves, but find out about the company. Show your interest there.
Show your interest and show you're interested even in your interviewee.
Exactly.
Interviewing you, interviewer. Arnold Sanow, author of the book Get Along with Anyone, Anytime, Anywhere. Thanks so much for coming aboard this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay.